Hello Manchester United fans, welcome to a brand new video. 4 players Ruben Amorim may reunite with at Man United, including 57-goal monster. Ruben Amorim could bring 4 of his top sporting stars with him to Man United if he replaces Erik Ten Hag. As with any head coach, Ruben Amorim would want a major say in recruitment if he replaces Erik Ten Hag as Manchester United manager. The sporting boss' first summer transfer window would almost be an entire season away if his arrival is imminent, but planning will already be rife among the club's power brokers. In sacking Ten Hag, United have accepted that Ineos will oversee the latest rebuild at Old Trafford with a long-term view in mind. Express Sport picks out 4 players Amorim could bring to Manchester if he shows the same eagerness for familiar faces as his predecessor. Only 2 players have played more matches under Ruben Amorim than Goncalo Inacio, and he isn't a new name to United. The 23-year-old has been regularly linked with a switch to Old Trafford during United's continued search for new centre-backs in recent years. Harry Maguire, Johnny Evans and Victor Lindelof are nearing the end of their stays. Matthijs de Ligt, Lisandro Martinez and Lenny Yoro are Ten Hag signings. When you also consider that Martinez would be the only left-footer in his preferred 3-at-the-back system, Amorim could demand that the centre-back search be resumed. Aged 29, Nuno Santos is well into his prime years but is a hugely valuable asset in Amorim's current sporting side. He is the most used player in the Portuguese tactician's coaching career and was linked with a Premier League switch in the summer. Left-back remains a severe problem position at United. Neither Luke Shaw nor Terrell Malaysia have featured once this season due to injuries. Amorim could use Santos as an attractive short-term option to instill his play style faster. Morten Hjulmand earned rave reviews for his performances for Sporting last season and Denmark at Euro 2024. The 25-year-old has been heavily tipped to land in the Premier League, and his current boss could lure him to Old Trafford to join Kobbie Mainoo and Manuel Ugarte as options for his midfield too. Danish compatriot Christian Eriksen and Casemiro, both 32, were regular starters in the dying embers of Ten Hag's reign. However, both were expected to leave in the summer. Should next summer produce that outcome, Amorim would need to replace at least one of them. Manchester United midfielder Manuel Ugarte has had a frustrating start to his debut season following his arrival from Paris Saint-Germain. The Uruguayan was expected to secure a regular starting role in midfield, but he was largely on the bench under former manager Erik Ten Hag. The 23-year-old has played just 112 minutes in the Premier League with a solitary start. He was recently praised by Ten Hag for his performance against Fenerbahce, but found himself as an unused substitute in the 2-1 loss to West Ham United. With Ten Hag no longer at the helm, it could be a blessing in disguise for Ugarte. The midfielder could finally get a regular run of matches to prove his credentials. Ugarte has shown glimpses of his immense quality with his passing range and duel-winning skills. He was brilliant in the Europa League outing in Istanbul, where he was up for the physical challenge against Sofian Amrabat and Fred in the heart of the midfield. The midfielder also made a terrific goal-line clearance to deny Dusan Tadic, but Ten Hag surprisingly benched him for Casemiro in a must-win clash last weekend. Casemiro had a good all-round outing. The Brazilian scored United's only goal of the game while making 7 clearances, 9 recoveries and winning 7 duels. In our opinion, Ugarte and Casemiro should start together when United face off against Chelsea in Sunday's much-awaited league encounter at Old Trafford. The Blues have 3 of the best defensive midfielders in the league in Moses Caicedo, Romeo Lavia and Enzo Fernandez. The midfield battle could decide the contest. Prior to the Chelsea encounter, United have a Carabao Cup 4th-round tie versus Leicester City on Wednesday. Interim boss Ruud van Nistelrooy has the opportunity to experiment with Ugarte and Casemiro in that game such that they can improve their chemistry in the centre of the park. Looking into the long term, Ugarte has a high possibility of becoming a mainstay, with reports emerging that Sporting CP manager Ruben Amorim is ready to succeed Ten Hag. Ugarte made a name for himself during his time in Lisbon. He was brilliant under Amorim's tutelage and should be delighted by the prospect of a reunion with the 39-year-old. Paul Scholes names Ruben Amorim alternative man United should appoint instead. Paul Scholes has suggested Zinedine Zidane as an alternative to Ruben Amorim at Manchester United after Erik Ten Hag's sacking. Paul Scholes has suggested Manchester United should look to Zinedine Zidane as an alternative to Ruben Amorim. Erik Ten Hag's sacking on Monday has left Ineos in search of their first manager since taking control of football operations at Old Trafford earlier this year. Ruud van Nistelrooy will take control on an interim basis, but there are doubts over whether he would want the permanent job. The Reds are looking to finalise an agreement with Sporting for Amorim after reaching an agreement in principle with the 39-year-old. The Portuguese guided Sporting to their first league title in 19 years and has been linked with Manchester City if Pep Guardiola leaves. But ex-United star Scholes has shared doubts over Amorim's potential appointment. The former midfielder has suggested Zidane as an alternative after his trophy-winning success at Real Madrid, but acknowledged that the Frenchman may face a language barrier in England. Amorim is an interesting one. But, again, that is a risky one, he told the official Premier League website. We all know the style of play. Amorim plays really good football. We've been talking about him for City. That obviously tells you something about his pedigree. Most of these managers, they've been at clubs where the expectation probably is not as high. I look at Thomas Frank and I see that. He might be a very capable manager for Manchester United, but expectations are not, at Brentford, what they are at Manchester United. I was a big Thomas Tuchel fan, but obviously that's gone, Scholes added. He's managed elite clubs, he's won big trophies with big clubs. I think Ten Hag's replacement needs to have experience at an elite football club. This is one of the very biggest clubs in the world, so they should have the very best in class. Zidane is the one who has been at a major club and won major honors. But I am not sure how educated he is with the English language or whether he actually wants to come to England. You never get that feeling with him. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed the full video. Stay with us for more updates. See you in the next video with more latest updates.